Shaheen Siddiqui. I hope I got that
Hello.
right. Did I get that right?
Yes, perfect. Hello,
I've been
everybody.
practicing.
What's that?
I said I've been practicing.
Oh, yes,
Sometimes.
you did good.
Yeah, thank you. So anyway, how you doing, Shaheen? Shaheen.
I'm good. I'm good.
You have a short name, a nickname?
No, not really. I have like funny names that they used to call me in high school, but we won't go there.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so welcome and congratulations for being nominated as one of our persons behind the passion.
Thank
Obviously
you.
for good reasons, and
Thank you so much.
thank you for accepting.
Oh, it's an honor for me for sure. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, and we have to thank the one that made it all happen,
That's right.
Ruchi.
Ruchi Kalra.
She's. I see a couple of people on. I can only see the number. There's two people watching, but I can't see who they are. Um,
Oh, well, she's one of them, I'm pretty sure. So,
if
hey,
that's
Ruchi.
you out there, Ruchi, you can type something in to say hi, and we'll know that you're in the background. So, but yeah, this show is called Person Behind the Passion, and let me just do a quick 30-second thing, because people are like, who is this guy and what is this thing and what's all
Sure.
this stuff? And so I was just telling Shaheen about my little story and how this all came about. And I was used to travel a lot, and I had lots of clients and did training. And one day I had a back injury and I couldn't walk, so I was like grounded. And so 6 to 8 months later, I came up with this thing called the Self-Achievement Network, took all my course material and put it online. And so what I tell people, the whole purpose for the Self-Achievement Network is about improving the world for all of us. So I give people, it's all about opportunity. So people have the opportunity in the Self-Achievement Network to either discover their passion, to share their passion, or to evolve their passion. So this show gives people the opportunity to share their passion. And Shaheen's passion is all about physical therapy, which is like one of those things that is so fascinating.
Thank you. Yeah, I find it really fascinating for sure.
Yeah. So she's going to tell us her story about how she got interested in it. And we're going to, talk to her, ask her. I'm going to ask her some questions. If you have a question, you can type it in, but it's got to clear through through the gatekeeper over here. No personal questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I have a program. It's called Life Plan, right? So that's how people can discover their passion if they don't know what it is. People can get nominated for Person Behind the Passion and share about their passion. And then they can take this video and share it out there to the world. It gives people that opportunity. And then we have these little subgroups. And it's like, I don't have my logo up, but it's like a hub, right?
Oh.
With like a spoke of a wheel.
Uh-oh.
And there's all these smaller groups that are
can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay. Go hang up and then come
Okay.
back.
Got it.
Okay. We had the same problem yesterday. I don't know why. So she'll be right back. So yeah, so the Self-Achievement Network, we're here to improve the world for all of us, and people have the opportunity to discover their passion, to share their passion, and to evolve their passion in any way that they want to. So this show is Person Behind the Passion, and I'm excited to hear how Shaheen became interested in physical therapy and what she's doing with it. She is out there in the USA, in Phoenix area, in a little place called Chandler. I don't know if it's little, but I've not been there. I've been to Phoenix. And I'm in Chicago. Right now it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, so as soon as she comes back, we will get started and ask her, about how she became interested in physical therapy. I was just telling her, I read a book a long time ago about kinesiology, the study of movement. And it showed all these parts of the body and the muscles and how they're connected, and totally fascinated. So yeah, you may have had, this is ready to join your, can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. That is what we want.
Right.
One. There you go. Okay, so I just did a little recap, and I told everybody you're out there in Phoenix area and Chandler and all that.
Yes.
So physical therapy, right? This is one of these topics that's like the amazing body that heals itself. You can like slice it and then
Yep. Exactly.
like, how in the world did that happen? So,
Yeah.
um, how did you become interested in physical therapy? Tell us your once upon a time story.
Sure. So, I guess in high school, towards the end of high school, I always felt like I wanted to do something in the healthcare industry, but I knew that I didn't necessarily want to be a doctor, but I was looking at other routes. So I have a cousin who actually is a physical therapist. So when I was about a senior, so I went and shadowed her and kind of saw what she did. And at this time, I was we were living in Florida and moving to Georgia. So I would spend time with her and just see what she was doing, and I found it really cool. And but I wasn't 100% sure. Um, so then I started just kind of shadowing in different areas, like in the hospitals and clinic settings. And then I started taking the prerequisite courses and things, and yeah, I just found it really interesting. So I got on track to apply to school. And then one thing that sort of happened during my college years that was actually very devastating was my cousin had a really severe brain injury. He had a
Mm.
car accident. So that was when we were living in Atlanta, and we were very close, and so I was able to witness his rehab from day one until 6 months to a year later, and it was just amazing. Um, the impact that the rehab people had on his recovery was just incredible.
Hmm.
So that kind of like, I guess it happened during my time, like getting into PT school and things. So it kind of like confirmed that, I'm on the right path. So yeah, and then I went to school in 2000 and got done in 2003 and got married in between and all kinds of good stuff. So
That's great.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
thank
so
you.
how did you end up in Chandler?
So yeah, that's a funny story. So I guess, well, we were here right after I graduated PT school. We moved here. My husband is Canadian, so we had an opportunity here to work alongside my brother-in-law. He did, and so we came here because my sister lives here. And then about a year and a half into that, he got an offer in Vancouver, British Columbia. So we took that, and we stayed there for 5 years. But then we were really missing a family, so we ended up coming back to Chandler. So because my parents retired here,
Hmm.
and in between all that time, we had two kids, and then when we moved out here, we had two more kids. So we've been here for about 10 or 11 years.
Hmm. So wait a minute. Let me, if I count them, you have four children?
Yes, I have four. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
That's me. I thought I was, the
yeah,
only one that had four kids anymore. But
yeah. I know,
that's a
right?
lot. That's a lot to take care of. And oh my gosh, on top of that, you were doing the physical therapy thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good. I mean, I took a few breaks in between when we were living in Canada. I stayed home with the kids mostly, but when we came here, I started back working for a couple clinics full time. So
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
yeah,
Busy, busy.
yeah.
Yeah, Ruchi's there. I see her. She's saying hi.
Yes,
Yes, I'm here. Can you see her?
I can see her. Yeah, saying hi. Yes.
Okay, great. All right,
Hello.
good. Just wanted to double check that. So yeah, so you were 19 when you kind of figured it out what you wanted to do, huh?
Yeah, I would say about 19, and then the whole process, takes a while. But by the time I started, I guess working was 23 or 20, yeah, about 23, 24.
Hmm.
So it's been, yeah, 17 years. So
So
yes.
now you have your own practice, right?
Yes, yes. So yeah, I'll tell you how that happened. So like I worked for big box clinics for the first about 13 years of my career,
Uh-huh.
and uh, so I was always feeling like I don't know if you had physical therapy before?
I
Like,
have.
okay. So in most clinics, like outpatient clinics, you end up seeing like several people at the same time. So I would be, managing like 3, 4 people at the same time. And I always felt like it wasn't great quality care because I felt like it was so rushed every time. And so about 4 years ago, I was in a situation, I was working in a doctor's office, a physician owned practice. And it was fine, but I was just burnt out, and I was like, there has to be a better way to do this. And I learned about several other therapists that were starting their own practices and just providing one-on-one care for a full hour. And I was like, wow, that would be amazing to be able to spend a full hour with your patient and not be distracted. So I quit that job, and then I kind of like was looking for another job for a couple months, but I was like, I just don't want to end up in the same situation. So I'm gonna start my own thing, and sort of took the plunge, and I did it.
Hmm.
um, I had an opportunity to have a space inside of a gym in a personal training studio. So that's what I did. I rented a space, and just went from there.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
yeah,
It's a great story. I mean, you took the leap, which I think is tough at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
There's a lot of relief, and then you realize, what did I do?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The next couple of weeks, I was like, "Oh shoot, what have I done?" But no, I think I've always like kept try to keep a positive attitude, and I believe in what I do, so that has helped a lot.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's interesting. I have had physical therapy. I'm sure people that are watching are going to be watching. Maybe they've had that too. And I had a similar experience because there were several people that took care of me. And,
yeah,
in the beginning, I was really very dependent on them because I had back surgery. And
right.
so it was very focused. And felt I got really good attention. But as time went on, I think
Yeah.
that my healing I thought was going to improve a lot, and it was getting the percentages were getting smaller and smaller, and
Mm,
the attention that I was getting less and less. And
right.
so I got to a point where everything that they were having me do, I could very easily do at home.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
stopped going,
Yeah.
but there was no improvement. But I mean, I would look. Can I like move next door to you because
Yeah. Yeah.
you a
I would
little
love
bit.
to help you. I know. It's
Oh, that's great.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you have a separate office, or is this something that you do in home?
So okay,
COVID, I
so
mean, I don't really know.
yeah, so I had that space inside of that gym I mentioned, but because of COVID, I was taking a lot of precaution just on purpose, not seeing a lot of patients because we see my parents a lot, and I wanted to be super careful. So kind of cut down my caseload, and so I ended up actually moving out of that office. And now, at this moment, I'm providing a few in-home visits, just very, very few, because again, I don't want to be seeing too many people at this time.
Mhm.
But I also provide telehealth or virtual visits. So, and it's actually really effective. Some people are a little bit skeptical at first because they like, of course, the hands-on treatment always feels good, but virtual sessions are can be really helpful as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing these days.
Yeah, that's really interesting too, because the telehealth thing, I'm sure, has been a godsend for a lot of people, and
Yeah,
just to get the direction,
yeah, exactly.
is huge. I can attest that, there were times where I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and
Yeah,
wasn't making much progress.
yeah.
And I mean, I could talk about my stuff for a long time, but that's not what we're here for. So, um,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah,
I
I
do want
mean,
to hear about that.
it's hugely important, because I mean, I don't know what the percentages of people out there that could use your service, because
Yeah.
people probably don't go
Yes.
for help until they're really desperate.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Absolutely.
all. I think there's got to be a percentage, right?
Yeah, there is. No, you're right. So usually people that I see, they've had pain for a long time and they've tried everything else like acupuncture, chiropractor, massage, all that, and then those are all good and they can all work together. But to sort of get to the root cause of the issue, that's usually what has been missing for those people. So, for example, I just met somebody who has had back pain, and she's been dealing with it for a year, like a year, and just like in pain. And I feel so bad when I hear that because but in any case, it's never too late. You can always get help. And she just didn't know what to do, and so instead of moving or doing any exercise, she just stopped doing everything. And that's the case with a lot of people because they're not sure how to move or what to do.
Hmm.
So that's where I come in and guide them. And yeah,
I've heard this so many times in my life. People say, Dominic, pain is not normal.
yeah, it's true.
It's normal for me.
Yeah,
How many
yeah,
people do you know that just go and live with the pain?
yeah. So many. Yep. They think it's a normal part of uh, just the aging process. I actually did a post on this the other day that like your age is it's just a number. It doesn't mean that you have to deal with aches and pains your whole life. There's always things that you can do to decrease your pain and do the things that you want to do and be active. So
Hmm.
a lot of education that I try to instill in people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you're
So,
doing miracles with. I mean,
I don't know about that, but thank you.
well, I mean, there probably also the other part of that is that you can do so much, and then the people that you're working with, they also have to do their part too.
Yes,
Not like we
absolutely.
have this Harry Potter wand and can go.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And some patients they like the more passive, hands-on stuff, but I have to really encourage them. They've got to do their homework because I'm only with them like once a week. And then the main thing, yeah, is they have to do their exercises because really the cure for most things is getting stronger and working those muscles so that you can support the joints that are hurting. And it's just all about knowing, which exercises are appropriate, and then slowly progressing to what activity it is that you want to do.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Interesting. And then it's all, since it's all, one thing,
yeah,
it's not just the physical exercise to strengthen the muscles and stuff like that. It's also the nutrition
yeah,
and the hydration. And I mean, I think
yes,
there's a point where we have to get to, that we have to say, okay, we've got to make those lifestyle changes, whether we want to or not.
yeah,
And certainly I have done that, and still in the process of doing that. I'll share a little bit later after
yeah.
we're done here. But um, so this is awesome. So let's go back in time. Like, okay, so
Okay.
were you born here in the United States?
Yes, I was actually born in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas,
Um,
Texas.
yeah, where I'm originally from India. So my parents came to the U.S. about over 50 years ago. And yeah, I was born in Dallas. So yeah.
So where
And that was
everything is big there. That's what
that.
they were saying. Everything in Texas is gigantic. I have a daughter that lives down in Austin, so I've been to Dallas many
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Fun place, a fun town.
Yeah. Yeah. Austin is pretty cool. Yeah, for
Yeah, it's
sure.
called, what do they say? There's their nickname is Weird. Weird,
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird
Keep
Austin, or
keep Austin weird.
Keep
Yeah.
Austin Weird, right?
Yeah.
When I first saw that sign, I'm like, can't be any more weird than Chicago, for God's sake.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So, so what kind of a teenager were you? Were you renegade? Were you crazy? Were you shy, or
um I was actually pretty shy. But I think like towards my junior and senior year, started coming out of my shell a little bit. And yeah, and now my kids, they're like, Mama, you talk to everybody. Like they can't believe that I was shy, but but I was. So yeah, but yeah, I wasn't too crazy. I was pretty good kid. I have three older sisters, and so there's a big age gap between the third sister and myself. So I was always a little one, so I have like several mothers, you could say.
yeah? So you were the
Yeah.
surprise baby.
You could say that probably.
Honey, I have something I want to tell you. Yeah,
That's right.
what's going on, honey?
Yeah.
How we're gonna be? I'm having a what?
That's right. I know. My poor parents.
Oh, that's funny. So you didn't
Yeah.
give them premature gray.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
That's
No, I
great.
was an angel.
You were an angel. That's right. And so by the time you were like 19, I mean, how were you, like, into sports, or you were kind of moving in the direction of physical therapy, or
Yeah.
yeah?
So I've always been pretty active. So I played like all kinds of sports, basketball. I used to run quite a bit throughout college, and just not competitively or anything, just to keep myself in decent shape. So I've always enjoyed working out and staying healthy.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, because also my family, we have a history of like diabetes and heart disease, and I saw my dad go through a couple of heart attacks. He's okay now, thank goodness. But so all of that has just kind of increased my awareness, and I've learned so many things through that process too. So yeah, that all of that combined, I think, just created my interest for healthcare.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just wanted to do things a different way than I had seen, or I was practicing before.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
That's great. So
And
tell us about your travels. So you mentioned, well, I forgot which part of Canada, but
yeah.
and wherever other places that you've traveled around the world, have you been busy doing
Yeah,
that too?
yeah, so with the kids, we like to travel somewhere pretty fun like every summer. So we try to take sort of a bigger trip. So my husband's Canadian, like I mentioned, so we do go to Montreal. His mom is in Montreal, so we get to visit there every summer, which is really beautiful.
Hmm.
Um, and then this past summer, of course, we didn't get to go, but we were scheduled to go to London. But obviously we couldn't do that. But I mean, like we've been to Hawaii and where else? Spain, Paris. So that's been awesome. So that's what we like to give our kids, those experiences if we can. And I think it just teaches them so much about other people and cultures, and just opens their eyes to things that they won't get
Sure,
just anywhere. Yeah.
absolutely. So you were traveling with four kids, little
Oh
kids.
yeah. Yeah, we're crazy. So yeah, I mean, if we had more time, I'd tell you all about this camping trip we took to Yellowstone. My little guy, my youngest is 7 now, but he was I think like 2 at the time. It was ridiculous. We drove from here all the way to Yellowstone Park. It was crazy. There's a lot that went into it, but it was it was nuts. Yeah.
Oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute. So so your youngest is a boy. So what do
Yeah.
you have? You have
Yeah.
what?
He's 7,
Uh-huh.
and then my next one is 9. So 3 girls and a boy. So
3
7.
girls and 1 boy. The poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, he's so spoiled.
I was just gonna say he's
Yeah.
completely like mothered.
He has them wrapped around his finger. He's something. So, and we're getting a 5th child soon. We're getting a puppy. So that should be interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow! So
So,
traveling with 4 kids, and I can just imagine.
yes.
Mom,
Yeah.
you took my.
Oh yeah. We've been those people on the airplane, where they look back at you and make faces. So, but now, I mean, now they're older, so it's much more manageable. But
Yeah.
yeah, when they're toddlers, we would fly from here to Montreal, and there's several stops in between, and oh, it was rough. But
Always a trip.
but you
That's
just
why we
gotta.
call it a trip, right?
That's yeah. But we didn't want to not travel either. So yeah, people think we're crazy, but
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun.
Are any of them aspiring physical therapists?
So you know what? One of them is. So my 14-year-old, she's actually a very avid dancer, and so we've been talking like more recently, and she just expressed interest in PT, and that she wants to do PT but specialize in dancers. And so what's cool is that you can specialize in so many different areas. And so yeah, so I hope I've inspired her a little bit to do that, but I think it's more the fact that she's a dancer and she is more aware of her movements and things like that. So that was pretty cool. It made me
Mhm. That's
so
awesome. So they're
yeah.
getting close to are they, well, has any of them graduated high school yet?
Not yet. No, I have my
Oh, okay.
eldest is she's gonna be 16 this week or next week. So she's a junior, and so yeah, I'm getting sort of sad that she's gonna be graduating soon, but
So they're all teenagers, in other words, and you're not
yeah,
fully like totally gray like me.
yeah. Well, you can't see, but I have a lot of gray. I cover it up.
We're gonna blame the girls on this, okay?
That's right.
And your son is an angel. Look at him
Oh
there.
no.
But the girls are making you, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. If you say so.
They're gonna watch this and say, "Mom, I don't make you crazy, do I?"
I know. No, they're fun. I mean, they teach us so much, and it's really amazing. Kids are something. They're
They
really
are. They
incredible.
are our little teachers. You're right.
They are.
I was
Yeah.
just saying this the other day. Who was it? Not yesterday, the day before. My guest was saying that she thought she had a lot of patience until she had children.
Oh, I know. I know. So true.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
But
Oh
that's
yeah.
how it is. I mean,
Yeah.
we learn the hard way,
Yeah.
and we become some learn faster than others. It took me a little while. My first 2, I always tell them, completely ruined your life. 'Cause
How,
I had no idea what I was doing.
oh man. Do you have boys or girls or
I have 2 of
both?
each. My eldest
Oh
is
wow.
a girl. Then
Nice.
I have girl, boy, girl, boy. No,
Oh, very
boy,
cool.
boy, girl.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. My eldest is
Nice.
45. My youngest is 28.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun. So if
I bet.
I could give you a round trip ticket to any place in the world, where would you go, or what like I always think
Oh,
about, like the seven wonders of the world, I gotta go see certain things. What would you go see?
yeah. Lately, it's been I've been really wanting to go to New Zealand,
Ah,
that part of just somewhere that around that area, I would say. So,
lots of rainforest there, huh?
yeah, yeah. Um, and then, of course, we haven't yet taken the kids to India yet, so that would be really nice. I want to do that for sure. But I don't know when. It'll be a few years now, I think.
So where is your family from? I mean, India's kind of like this, right?
Yes, yeah. So they are from, or we are from UP. So it's sort of the northern part of India, and my dad is from a small town called Badayo. And so my mom and dad went to college in that area, in a leaguer university. Yeah, so my husband's family, he has a huge extended family that are all within that region as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's a bummer we haven't met them, or recently we haven't met them, but I would love to take the kids there.
Yeah. When you say extended family, I always think, yeah, there's like 3 trillion people in India.
Yes.
Everybody's got an extended family there.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
So
true.
do you speak the dialect there from through your parents?
Yeah, I speak pretty decently. So we speak Urdu, similar to Hindi. So my parents grew up, or I grew up speaking, or they spoke to me in Urdu, but I would respond in English. But now that I'm an adult, I'm so grateful they did that, because that's how I learned the language.
Mhm.
So I'm able to, converse pretty decently. My husband makes fun of my Urdu, but because he speaks it like so perfectly. But that's
Really?
okay. Yeah, yeah, he's
Okay.
very, very fluent. I guess his parents um, they spoke it in the household like pretty regularly. So, so yeah, that's my story. So we're trying to teach a little bit to our kids, but we're not
Yeah.
doing a great job thus far. So
That was my next question. So the kids are picking up some of it at least.
yeah, they are. I mean, we're so blessed that we're near my parents, so we get to see them every week, every few days. So I try to, you know, have them speak to them in Urdu a little bit, but they always revert back to English. So
Yeah.
so it's tricky, but at least if they have a little bit of that knowledge, then it's good.
Yeah. And we were
Yeah.
not that fortunate. My family's from Sicily, my dad's side of my
Oh,
family. And when they came over, it was this big stigma. They didn't want to be known to be foreigners, and so they didn't, speak the language to their kids. And my dad never
yeah.
learned it. I mean, he learned bits and pieces, and I got basically nothing. So I've had to, I've got my stack of Italian grammar books and tapes and things like that. And
Yeah.
you don't use it, you lose it, right?
Yeah. Very
So
true.
that's similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to everybody. So,
Yeah.
wow.
That's true.
Great. So, okay, so your kids are there. Do they now the
Yeah.
kids are, they're doing all the cleaning and the cooking in the house?
I wish. Oh man.
I
Yeah.
wonder if they're watching. If the kids are in school, or are they watching, you think?
No, no, they're I have two, the little ones are here. They're on online school.
Yeah.
It's amazing that they haven't barged in yet. So and and then the older two are in person at high school. Um so yeah, they're not watching. But
Okay.
I try to teach them um uh, uh household, obviously get them to do their chores and things,
Sure.
but it's like nagging them all the time. And yeah, some of them like to be involved in the kitchen, and so that's fun. But yeah, I'm not like an amazing cook, but I enjoy it when I have some time. So
Yeah.
me and Ruchi talk about that all the time. She's an incredible cook, and
I've seen
I'm
some of those
always getting
photos.
lessons from her. So,
I was looking through, I can't remember which one it was, but I was looking through her photos,
oh
and I
yeah.
swear I could smell those things. It was like
Mhm.
incredible. She's probably
Yeah.
still on. There's 3 people watching right now. But I tell
Oh,
you, my favorite question to ask children, I always,
yes.
so did you make your bed today?
Yeah.
They're like, um.
Yeah. Right. I know. That's another thing I nag them about, but
uh,
it's okay. If they're good kids, that's what matters.
I know. But they're
It's
always like, but why should I make my bed? I'm just gonna get back in it at night, so it's
yeah.
gonna get messy again. I'm like, that's not the point.
All right. I know. I know. Hopefully they will learn one day.
Yeah, well, they will when
Yeah.
they have to, have their own. When their friends come over and they look at, I mean, when they're a little older, like, oh, I gotta go make my bed.
Yeah.
They'll have
Yeah.
bad thoughts about
Right. Totally.
me. Oh, and
That's
my
true.
2 little ones were young. I was divorced, but then they would come over on the weekend, and so um, I was told, listen, there's some rules around here. You can do whatever you want over at your mom's house, but when you're here, when you come in, you take your shoes off and you put them by the door. You put them right next to each other, and that's the only rule you have to have right now. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, got it. Now I said, but if there's one thing, if you don't do that, I'm going to put you in your room for 15 minutes and set a timer, and I'm going to close the door. Okay. So the next time they came over, of course, they forgot, right? And so then
Yeah.
their shoes come off and they flip them over. I'm like, ah, 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 ah.
Uh,
I had a big smile on my face because I just couldn't wait.
uh,
So my daughter's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm like, put them like this, go to your room. No,
yeah.
Dad, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, go to your room.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah,
Oh,
they need that box, don't they? They need to be
right?
behind it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay.
Um,
So you're an average cook.
we'll say that. I'm all
Better than
right.
average. Ruchi's helping you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's my go-to person for so many things.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. She's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, she is amazing. So, okay. So, all right. So, where do you want your practice where do you see it going in the next, I mean, let's just say, let's pretend COVID's over. Where would
Yeah.
you like to see your practice, physical therapy practice go?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's actually something I've been thinking about a lot over the past few months. And I mean, so my dream is to have a proper clinic or a practice um, and incorporate Pilates with it also.
Mm,
So because Pilates is so complementary to what we do, it just makes so much sense. So that's the dream. Right now, that's a lot of overhead and things to worry about like that. So
sure.
so I don't know when that will happen, but it's kind of what my ultimate goal. Right now, I think in the more immediate future, maybe in the next year, I'll continue the mobile part for a little bit, but I'm gonna have a space in another gym, a local CrossFit gym,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
people can get their sessions done there as well.
Sure.
So that's kind of in the near future, and then looking for a more permanent space as well. So
Sure. Yeah, that's a big decision because there's overhead and yeah.
it is. It is. Like right now, being just mobile, it's great. It's so freeing because I have no rent. So,
Mhm.
and then of course, virtual stuff, you don't have to go anywhere. So it's good. So I'm also thinking of offering like an online course, like a back strengthening course. So that's something that I've been sort of uh, tinkering with as well.
Mhm. You
So,
have some comments here. Um,
oh, let's see.
I can't see who it is. She says, "I love your cooking." Who is that?
Oh, she's just being nice, Ruchi. That's why she's the
No,
best.
I'll bet
Uh,
you cook
Angela
good.
is on. Hey, Angela. Uh, that's
You're,
cool.
I'm sure you're a great cook.
Ah, It's all
I'm
good.
sure you are. Yeah. I always tell people I'm really good at cooking water. It comes out perfectly every time. I only burned it once.
That's funny. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
Uh,
that's why I'm trying to train my kids, like get them in the kitchen so
yeah.
I can do other
I've
things.
always been interested in cooking. I don't know why. I
That's
just,
awesome.
I'm a great cook. I don't cook a lot. I mean, lots of stuff, but I mean,
Yeah.
when I do it, I can do it really well. And,
Yeah.
but we were, pasta family growing up. So it was,
Right.
you know, and, but I experiment now. I mean, I use recipes, but if I don't like what's, the ingredients in them, I'm like, I'm not putting that in. I'm going to,
Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah.
it's a
That's
lot more
cool.
fun
That's
that way.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. I mean, I'll ask you my favorite question. You probably heard this one before. I'm not really sure, but if the whole entire planet was watching your interview right now,
Yes.
right? Have you heard me ask that question?
Yes, I have. Hey,
Everybody was like,
everybody.
"Shaheen, tell us something. Give us some wisdom. We want to know. What would you say to, everyone?"
Yeah. To the whole planet right now, I
Right.
would
That's a
say,
big question.
yeah. I mean, I have something really simple to say, and that's just be kind. Just be kind to one another. And, I think there's so much lack of kindness in the world right now. And we need to reverse that. And also stay positive. I'm a big believer in positivity, and I've gotten that from my dad. He's like the most positive person you'll ever meet. So I think those are two things that are just simple, but yeah, that's that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
Thank
It's
you.
it's a great simple message. I mean, what else is there to be kind?
I
What's there
know.
not to be kind about?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Totally.
start here, right?
That's right. I mean, yeah. It's and then PT wise, I'll throw in another one. That movement is medicine. So, just keep on moving, and just a little bit every day goes a long way to keep you active and healthy. And it's so
Mhm.
good for, mental, physical health. And yeah, so get
Movement,
out there and get moving. Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So, and Angela posted that be kind, positive, and hydrated, and we all
Yes.
know we're supposed to stay hydrated, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Drink your
for sure.
water.
Yeah.
And so, why is it important to stay hydrated? From the words of a physical therapist, that yeah,
Yeah. That's a great question. So, I mean, I think the main thing is it actually hydration fuels your joints. So, because over time, with just wear and tear on the joints, we get decreased, that shock absorption is decreased to our joints. So, staying hydrated can definitely help that. It helps the muscles. If you're, and that's one thing I advise my patients, like when they're in a lot of pain and their nutrition is usually pretty bad and their hydration is off as well. So the more hydrated you are, the better things move, and it just keeps you going. And you don't just have to have water. You can have like certain fruits and vegetables have a lot of high water content,
sure.
as we know. So you can also incorporate that into your diet if you don't want to drink water all the time. So, but I love Angela's message about staying hydrated. I think it's so important.
She's
So
an advocate. Yeah,
she
she's
is. Yeah.
absolutely. I heard like my issue was my disc, right?
Yeah.
And then what I heard was that the disc, when it gets dehydrated, the discs in the
Yeah.
neck, right, they begin to shrink,
Yeah.
and so the back doesn't have a lot of circulation back there, blood circulation. So
Right.
if you don't stay hydrated, those discs start to shrink, and then when the bones
Yeah.
touch, then it causes a lot of pain. But
Yeah.
here's something that you could shed a little light on while we're here live. So
Yeah.
you ever heard of this thing called disc pumping?
Um, yeah, I think I know what you're referring to. When they create space in between the
Yeah.
joints.
So what I was
Yeah,
recommended, and I saw this YouTube where it
yeah,
shows, those big blue yoga balls
right, right.
where you can actually sit on it and then slowly just bounce up and down. And what that does is it creates a little separation and the compression, separation, compression with the disc, and it
Yeah,
draws the fluids into the disc area. So it keeps
right.
the discs more spongy.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, I
Yeah,
don't know what the medical words are, but
yeah, 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 yeah.
so I had been doing that after my surgery, and actually, I really think it helped. And I haven't
Oh,
been doing
good.
it recently because I didn't have. I'm guilty.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I mean, anything you can do to take pressure off, like self-traction. Also, the main thing with the disc issue is sitting for too long. So because sitting is actually the worst position for our spine because it's actually compressing those discs. So it's, putting in that position. So
Right.
what you want to do is every 20 to 30 minutes, set a timer on your phone, stand up and go backward. So if you extend your spine, it's actually going to take pressure off of those discs. And that's actually a really easy exercise that most people with disc issues, they respond pretty well to
Hmm.
because it takes pressure off the nerve. And, and even people with, like you were saying, like foot pain or foot tingling and numbness, yeah, it can help a lot. So, but all those things plus keeping your back strong and your glutes and your core, all that good stuff is
Hmm.
super really important for back pain and disc issues.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's been for me a total lifestyle change, and it
yeah,
getting into the new normal of things.
yeah,
And I had to, I'm in another transition right now. So I mean, I think the thing is, what I tell people is just get started.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
So if you're watching this, and share this with people if there's somebody that is in pain, send them to this lady, right? Get the ball rolling, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I,
Because
I would love to help anybody. And although I can't um, treat in a physical therapy capacity other than Arizona, but I can definitely guide people in a wellness program. So, like some people, I basically just design an exercise program for them. And if they don't know where to get started, that's where I can help. And if there's any previous pain that they've been dealing with and then they're not sure what to do, I can guide them towards that and create a
yeah,
program for them.
that's
So
great. And
yeah.
what day of the week is your online stretching program, your session?
Oh yeah, it's Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Arizona time. So I guess 2 o'clock for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just midday. It's like 15 minutes. And if I actually haven't done it in the past couple weeks, I've been slacking, but I will resume hopefully next week.
Yeah.
So
Okay. And that's a Facebook thing or someplace else?
yeah, yeah. So I have a group. It's called Fix Your Form,
Uh-huh.
and it's basically yeah. I try to put a few tips in there, and then Wednesdays I go in. It's a live session, and then of course they can. Some people catch it later on if they can't log on at that time,
Hmm.
but I just thought it would be a nice thing to do because a lot of people are working from home and just to get some movement in and usually feels pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
join me
Well,
if
be
you'd like.
sure you put the links for that.
Yeah, we
You
can
can
do
put them
that.
in here, absolutely. And
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
invited to come back. I mean, I'm fascinated about this whole topic of physical therapy.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you.
you can definitely come back as often as you want. We have in one of our hubs, it's a health and fitness group.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to go in there and you can share this to the larger group,
Yeah.
absolutely, you have 100% permission. You can do it anytime you want.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've actually joined that hub, but I that's cool. I'll try to pop in there sometimes. That's a great idea.
Let's do some topic discussions. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's great. So,
Yeah. Thank you. No,
okay.
it's been fun.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, being our person behind the passion, and for sharing all your cool stories.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I really was honored. And thank you for the nomination, Ruchi. I think she has to go now.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So thank you, Ruchi. Thank you, Angela, for joining. I don't know who else was
yes.
out there watching, but thank you all from all of us here in the Self-Achievement.
Yes.
Remember
Thank you.
to have fun and stay inspired. Talk to you guys soon. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Shaheen.